We said we're going to find the problem, solve the problem, then we'll make it look better later. And that's been our focus since day one.
You come up with this idea and it's right before COVID. We're getting whispers of COVID. It's March 10th. You have this idea. I think March 13th, the world shut down, and you launch it 3 months later. How did you launch it? What happened? How did you go to market on that?
Yeah. So going back to just focusing on continuous improvement, a friend of mine, Chris Kremitzos, has a book called Start Ugly, which has really been beneficial for me. And the name kind of says it all. At the end of the day, like, just do what you can to get something out as quickly as you can to the people who need it. So we didn't have a logo. It was basically just text. It worked, but that's all it did. To backtrack just a little bit, though, that was my mindset going into it. But I don't have the technical know-how. Like, I am not a developer. Like, I don't do any of that. So I immediately knew that, hey, I need somebody with me to do this. So I immediately put aside any pride that I had of like, I'm going to own this whole thing. I called a friend that I had known forever. I mean, I was in this guy's wedding 11 years ago. He was in my wedding 10 years ago. Like, we've known each other forever. We worked on one project years ago that was like someone else's project. It was really short, but we loved to work together. So I knew I had the synergy. So I called this guy and was like, hey, man, I've got this idea put on the whiteboard. I pitched it to him. I'm like, any chance that you'd want to just come on board with this? And he's like, yeah, like, what are you thinking? And again, put your pride aside. I know just the best partnerships are not like, well, it's my idea, we'll do 70-30. No, I was like, let's do 50-50 down the middle, and just anything we add to this ever, we'll just do it that way. And then we just quickly, a lawyer quickly just draft up a document for us. We each put $2,500 into a bank account. So we had $5,000 total and just went for it. So I basically was like, here's the MVP, and he told me this is impossible. That's impossible. This is good. You should do more of this, right? Like we hashed it out and then just went for it. And what we did is we launched on June 15th, 2020. And 100 different people previously at an event said that they would really want that solution. That's who we gave it to when we launched. So the day we launched, I told those 100 people, try it, tell me if it works. And Jerry, here's the thing. It didn't look great. There wasn't a logo. I think one person said, you should get a logo. The other 99 said, this is really cool. It does what it's supposed to do. So at that point, we then focused on continuous improvement. But what I see so many people do in software is they get this really nice polished product. I mean, it is like, you could sell it to anybody on day one, but the problem is no one even wants to use it because they got that part wrong. They focused on like the way it looks and feels instead of the actual solution to the problem that it solves. And we just did the opposite. We said, we're going to find the problem, solve the problem, we'll make it look better later. And that's been our focus since day one.
And I love that mindset. I was taking my daughter to school a couple years ago. We had to go to the dentist, and she goes to a Montessori school. So we're walking in the back because I'm walking in her class. And there's giant letters on the back door that say fail. I was like, whoa, that is not a very Montessori-like concept. And so I got a little bit closer, and it's the whole Montessori model thinking, which was first attempt in learning. It was the acronym. And I just thought that's brilliant, because when you change your mindset of what failure is to it's a learning opportunity. I know that doesn't work, so let's try something different. Iterate, iterate, iterate. I think it is such a helpful mindset.